Great to see you here again. My name is Luc de Koster, founder of the Koster Academy. And in this video, I'm going to talk about the myths of multitasking. And multitasking is one of the elements that we tend to do, that we think we are doing well. But basically, when we look at multitasking, it has, according to a lot of people, more a negative effect than a positive effect. And it's one of the things we want to avoid in Scrum or in Agile methodologies, typically in Scrum. But before we continue, don't forget to click on the subscribe button, click on the bell button, and every time we have a new video, YouTube will inform you about it. So let's have a look at the multitasking and the possible consequences. Now, when we look at multitasking, in many cases, people look at it, you're doing a great job, you're combining all these things together. However, experience shows otherwise. Now, in Scrum, the idea is to focus on one task to increase efficiency. And when you do work in parallel, it leads to loss of efficiency. When we look at a table, on the bottom you see Scrum, the title of the book, The Art of Doing Twice the Work in Half the Time by Jeff Sutherland, and the book was written in 2014. It's a very interesting book to consider. When we look at multitasking, we see the number of projects a person is working on, and we see project one, available per project. Typically, the person is 100% available on the project. Loss due switching, there is no switching, so there is no loss due to switching. Two projects, we have available per project only 40% because we lose 20% of our time to take into account switching. When we look at three projects, it goes down to 20% available per project, and we already lose 40% due to switching. We continue for four projects. We only have 10% available for the project itself, for each project, and we already lose 60%. With five projects, it even goes to 5% and 75%. Of course, all the numbers add up to 100%. Now, what does it mean? When you're doing something and you can imagine what you're doing, you're working on different things. You do a job, you do those items, and then you have to go to another job in order to be sure that when you go back to the first job, you have to prepare everything, that you keep track of what you did, what you wanted to do. Then you go to the next step, you do there the same. You go back to the first project and you have to see again what you've been working on. You have to find out, what was I working on, what was I doing? And when you look at the work you're doing, you're in fact losing efficiency because you're switching between those different projects. And that's what Jeff Sutherland in his book writes, that you have to focus on one task in order to increase efficiency. Now, we can try with some exercise. You can do that exercise on your own. And we have a list that you have to make of numbers. First, we have the Arabic number, then we have the Roman number, and then we have the corresponding letter of the alphabet. We start with A, or A is 1 and Roman 1, and so on. So basically what you can try to do is to create this list, writing first the Arabic number, then the Roman number, and then the letter. Then you go to the next one, 2, 2, and B. And when you do this, you will see that it takes a certain time. You can take the test for yourself and just make this list. Now, in the second round, what you would do is to compare the duration of your work when you first write all the Arabic numbers, then the Roman numbers, and then the letters. The lesson here is that when you first write the Arabic, the Roman, and then the letters, it goes a lot faster than you write the Arabic number, the Roman number, and the letter at the same time. You have to start thinking about it. Now, for some of you, it can be very fast, but in general, this is a very simple exercise to show the advantage of concentrating on one task opposed to multitasking. So that was it for this video. The myths about multitasking. Don't forget to click on the subscribe button, click on the bell button, and whenever we have a new video, YouTube will inform you about it. Thank you very much, and I'm looking forward to seeing you in our next video. Bye bye.